Okay, well, we should be live with any luck. For those of you that do watch us on this one, we have started a second edition Dungeons and Dragons stream in Greyhawk. We're splitting this up between a new group of characters. Their old characters are still around, but they're doing far more damage to the world in a different location right now.
We're trying.
So what I was thinking about doing is that once you guys get to the Mage's Master, and we kind of resolve this part of it, we're going to flip the next week over to your high-level characters and what they've been doing.
Oh.
Because that will integrate into what's going on. But last session, we we had some things go on. Some supposed tax collectors, at least that's what they called themselves, accosted you, and your mage let you know that, oh, wait, no, this is part of the same gang that attacked him on the streets. And we entered the last session with a half person stabbing your mage in the spine and then blinking out as they winked at Richard's character. Yeah. So that was fun. It was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, they rolled really low on tax collector. Even with the backstab bonus, did not succeed in killing the mage. But I do need to roll for poison. You do that real quick. Oof. Okay. Your mage is paralyzed. Right. So, we're going to go ahead and start in combat, except, Oak, what I had everybody do, only one of your characters came up to talk with this crowd. Everyone else, roll a d10 for me, Oak.
Just flat or with weapon speed or something?
Just a flat d10. Okay, so you can place your character up to 7 squares behind Odessa. Okay, so Odessa is the one who went up to talk to them, and you can put yourself just right next to Odessa if you want, or up to 7 squares behind. So just place yourself on the battle mat there.
I will back up 2 more to make it 7.
Okay, very good. And so before we start this off with rolling for initiative, Richard, who are you playing tonight?
Hi there, I'm Richard, and I am playing Oven, family name Tarklu, who is the wild mage of this group.
And believes that it's all because of aliens.
It's got to be something. Why not aliens?
Got to be. Dion, who do you got?
Hi, I'm Dion. Tonight I am playing Odessa, also known as Odie. I'm a level 3 peasant hero fighter.
Just love how you stress the peasant hero each time. It's never going to get old. Bill, who you got?
Oh, I'm Bill. I am playing Father Cedric. He is a level 3 cleric of some god to be named later.
Yes, still need to go through the Greyhawk gods book. Jameis, who you got?
I'm playing the bard, who is a bard.
The bard named Bard. Yep. Who sings generic songs. Quite likely. Oak, what do you got?
Hey, I'm playing Grimly Splinterstone, a 3rd level thief. Locksmith by trade, though.
Freely admits the thief, and he does some locksmithing on the side. Yeah. All right, so go ahead and choose what action so that the speed is determined before you hit the roll initiative button for your guys' individual initiatives. I will do the same for all my villains.
You can, on the actions tab, it has a roll on that already figures in your weapon speed. The orange button.
It says I already rolled. What? Hold Alt key.
Well, because it still thinks we're in the same combat as last time. It doesn't reset for some
Bam.
reason.
Okay, that works.
Um,
Is 11 good? Did I win?
Trying to figure out how to roll my side. Where'd he go? Initiative.
You
There we
gotta
go.
hold
Initiative.
down
Roll
Alt-Tab.
NPCs.
I...
Boom. There.
did we get any sense about what these? Because I want may react to what they're doing. Any sense about what these guys, the other people are? Like, is one clearly in charge, sort of giving orders, or sort of just
Yep.
not
The one in the back here is the one that was doing the talking. This one here with the A. So I and A are the two that
Yeah.
seem to be. And then there's a third important person that seems to be very hard to spot.
just because they're halfling and no one can spot halflings?
Well, no, it's more than that. So the one guy that was speaking, and his sidekick, both are wearing plate and have what he has a long sword. She has a bastard sword, hand and a half sword. Everyone's mounted. The 4 rougher looking folks in front there all have chain, excuse me, and swords, long swords. So Bard, well, you guys decide how you
I
want
haven't
to
actually rolled
do
yet,
this.
as I need to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Point. Right, cool. So where's the combat table?
Okay,
Cross
so
swords,
actually
you can push
Arvin
that, I think.
is lowest initiative is Arvin. So you go first.
Oh,
Arvin, yeah,
okay.
the mage kind of yells out. You see this halfling stab him in the back with 2 blades. The halfling winks at you, and then literally just winks out of existence. The mage turns around. You see some blood, but he seems to be fine. And he holds up his hand like, "No, I'm good. It's just a scratch." And then just falls over, holding that position as he's paralyzed in place, and just kind of falls over.
All right.
And it makes sense
Wow.
that you would be going first.
All right. Well, let's get this thing rolling. I say, casting a spell, casting Flaming Sphere. If this works, I don't know. As we're still getting to grips with this, I don't know if this will actually. No, okay, that just says it casts it. I don't know.
Is it fireball within like 5 squares, or?
It is.
So those of you watching, we are using Fantasy Grounds as our VTT of choice for this game. I am really new to it, and we're all still kind of working out the bugs and figuring out how things work. So
it doesn't work like that. So when I press it, I have to do this first of all. Uh-oh.
you got a surge.
No, I didn't actually. Nope.
Nope. Okay.
No, but it does increase the level of the spell by 1. Wild Mage. There we go. Okay, so this is now a level 3 spell. I think that just increases how long it is working for. And I have cast Flaming Sphere, which creates a rolling sphere that rolls around the battlefield all the time. So we will.
Happy Fun Ball on fire.
Don't know how to represent that on the combat map here.
Here, let me see if I can throw a token out there for you.
Do I have a token
under
specific
assets?
for this?
Hannah appeared. I don't know if you meant her to or not, but Hannah's appeared.
Yeah, it's fine.
I don't know if they have any baked in. I know you can find several people that put out spell effect packs.
And even with something like an F or something for fireball or for flaming sphere.
Nothing
Well.
else. Find that F token.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. It would be under. What is it under? Not items. I guess it's under NPCs. Isn't there like a token?
Yeah, so if
I
you go
thought there
into
was-
assets, Second from the top, under library, you got modules and assets.
Oh, here we go.
Usually, I think there's I can't see them. I want to say it's base or I can't remember the names of them. It's usually within the first couple.
Gotcha. Yep. Okay. Give me a second here. Okay. Rule sets. I got all kinds of tokens. Let's just use a letter. B for ball. Now the question is, how do I get it on the map from this?
You should be able to just drag it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, the B has just appeared.
There we
And
go.
The middle mouse wheel will scroll in.
All right,
Do you have control over the B?
I do. I can move the B wherever
There
I
you
want to
go.
move the B. That's excellent. What's the? I mean, since we're using this battle map, what's the squares?
10 foot. 10
foot. So this can appear within 10 yards of the caster. All right, so let's.
So it's
That's 30 feet.
30 feet. Yes, three
Yeah,
times.
Right,
Yeah.
so let's. I mean, can I make that smaller?
Put that right in between the squares and get 2.
It's got a very. It's only within 5 feet, so
Ah,
put it there to begin with, and it will do 2d4 damage to them because they're in contact with this sphere.
Sure. Go ahead and roll it and drop it on the
So
token.
if I
Let's see
can
if that works.
just do this. Paya!
Oh, you look. It applied the damage. Awesome.
4 damage. Dun,
Okay.
dun, 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 dun. There we go.
And is that all for your turn?
I mean, that's all I can do in a
Nice.
turn, right?
Yeah. All right, Bard, you're up.
Okay, Mage is next to Arvin, the other mage. I was just gonna probably move up in front, get my sword out, and sort of be somewhat protective bodyguard type stance again, similar to what I did last time. I don't know how far I can move and do anything, but I'll just sort of, for the moment, I'll just taking the bodyguard type position.
Sounds good. So you're gonna like just defend if anyone comes in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good. All righty then. Bring this to Father Cedric. How do I make it so it doesn't bounce to the character that is? Let's see.
know what do you want to do? Like
Well, it keeps
invisible people,
repositioning
or-
them. Yeah, it keeps
that-
repositioning the map.
That's it's near the top. It's recenter map on turn, I believe, in the options.
Yeah.
Turn it off. I think everybody can do that individually as well if you don't want it doing it on yours. Yeah,
well.
per user, it's very top, the last option, turn, auto center map, on or off.
Okay, well, I'll leave it for now. All right.
Yeah,
So what are you
probably.
doing there, Bill? Father Cedric?
I don't know, I guess I could, maybe I could move and try to sling one of these folks.
Yeah, for whatever reason, this version, when you maximize the map, it covers up the menu instead of being underneath it.
Nice, move to here. And I will sling this guy.
The cleric's a slinger.
It's like a miss.
Yeah, sure does. Sure does.
Mhm.
All right. Bringing us to this guy who is
the dog's
going
turn.
to. Yes, he has released the hounds. Buddy, come on. You're a good boy. Hey, come on. Say hello and then go away. See? Say hello. Yeah. Okay, go away. Vicious dogs have not been queued up yet. Okay, he is going to charge forward here and attack Odie.
Yeah.
If I can figure out how to do the attack on this guy here. Yeah.
So you can drag and drop on him, or if you control and click the token, you should be able to auto target.
Yeah, so I've got him targeted. Now, how do I do it? How do I do an attack? Do I have to? Here we go.
Let me look on your screen here. It should be the ATK. You got in the listing there. In the combat tracker, you've got INIT in brackets. Then right beside it should have the ATK. Yeah, you were just over it.
Well, I've got initiative, but the next thing is hit points.
No. You just went over it. Go down.
The
Or it says
words
here.
on the yeah.
It's got,
I got you. Oh, I see. It's not just text; those are hyperlinks. Look at that.
Yes. And you can either left click and hold and drag that out, or if you have them targeted.
That's a hit. Yes, so he comes
Ow.
by on his horse and slashes down at you. Yeah, he's going to hop off the horse at that point, too. Okay.
Oh, well.
All right.
Ouch.
I just lost Bluetooth, so tell me if you guys hear an echo. I'm just using my speakers
Nope.
right now. Next up are the bandits, a whole string of bandits. So this one is going to come over here and also try and attack Odie. Here you go, Odie.
My
Wow.
AC is a 4.
Yeah. So that's a hit. Again, sorry about that. Trying to figure things out. So that's actually a hit, it looks like. Okay.
Hit points are overrated.
Sword strike with a 5. This one is going to rush forward, attack Bard.
If you ever forget to target somebody and you've already rolled, you can left click, hold, and drag out of the text in the chat window
Mm-hmm.
and drop it on the person like that, and it'll tell you if it hit or not.
Right.
Same for damage.
Okay. This guy is. Does the ball stay with him when he moves, Richard? Or do you? Are
I'm
you in
muted.
complete
No,
control
I
of
am
the
in
ball?
control of the ball.
All right. So
moves.
he's going to come forward then. Seeing as you were moving your fingers and mumbling, he figures, oh, that's the spellcaster.
No, I'm just crazy. Yeah, they can't miss me. I've got an AC
Yeah.
of 14.
Oh, just a glancing blow for you there. This one is going to kind of pull back a little bit and going to fire. Also at the mage.
Their Thaco is 11. We are
Actually,
hosed.
never mind. No, I did not equip them with bows, so we're just going to come forward here and also attack Bard because you look like the singing and dancing type, and he just doesn't like that.
Are they really Thaco 11? That's really hell impressive.
Yeah, these are not low level
Yeah,
attackers.
they're level 4. It's saying.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Yeah,
Right, we're
there you
level
go.
3, and yet my Thaco is only 19. So
This one is going to
we are talking TPK here.
charge down here with the horse on Father
Yep.
Cedric.
Do I get an AOO? Or
They will miss.
because he charged through us? Or.
No, On charges.
Okay.
No.
Got you.
Okay. And that's all my brigands. So all right, this one. Pops into existence here, literally out of the air. That's not good. That's not right. Why is that not there? Hold on a second.
Not there because he knows better.
It's going to pop out over here. And shoots with the bow. 2 points. And then once fired, like you see this halfling kind of like step through the air with the bow drawn, fires, takes another step, and is gone again.
Should be a little bitty eyeball underneath the H there, where if you don't want us to see where the token's at, you can make him invisible.
Oh yeah, I see. Whoop. And okay, Grimly, you're up.
Well, I was shooting it where I saw him, so I'm assuming I just miss.
Okay, yeah. It's like took a single step, walked out of thin air, made a shot, took another step, and was gone. And you fired in that same position. Yeah.
Yeah, I was shooting for where he was, just southwest or southeast of Arvin.
Okay.
So,
and at the end of the combat, you'll hear a voice in the direction that the person. Well, you saw where they went. I'm still having a problem doing the targeting here, but you hear a voice call out saying, "Leave, leave us with the mage. You can go. We don't have to kill you." And then one of the guards, one of the brigands back here, yells out, "It's like it's the mage tax. Leave us your mage, and you can go."
I just put my hands up and start like walking off.
It's like I didn't like him anyway. All right, I guess initiative.
Oh wait, I didn't get to go.
What's that?
Yeah, Odessa was last.
I'm last.
Oh, Odessa's last. Oh, it's off my screen. Yeah, I see it. Okay, Odessa, go ahead.
So they said all that?
Yeah, you heard it.
Yeah, I'm fucked up from 2 hits. So I'm gonna drop my weapon and put my hands
Okay.
up.
All right, drop your weapon.
So my scythe goes to the ground. I just
Okay.
stand there.
Sounds good. Go ahead and roll your initiatives anyway.
Mine will be flat because I'm not attacking.
You have to move it to the next round.
I know this is not exciting out there to watch as we are learning to use the virtual tabletop. I'm hoping that once it is second nature, the telltelling will take over more than the moving tokens around on a board. We'll see. We'll see.
I can promise it does.
All right. Bringing us back to Arvin. Mage is paralyzed, literally frozen in place as he's fallen over. His eyes can still move. You can see his eyeballs kind of roll around, and he kind of looks up at you, but he can't move anything else. And of course, you heard what has been said.
Well, I hope they're not talking about me as the mage, because, I look around at everybody else, I guess.
Okay. Well, you see Odessa has dropped her weapon, hands in the air. I believe that Grimly is like backing off.
Yep, I'm heading to the trees there.
Yeah, he's kind of he's doing the Homer Simpson fading into the tree line.
All right. Well, I guess I will get rid of my flaming ball of fire.
Oh, you lost it when you got hit. It said you lost concentration on the spell in the chat.
Ah, okay. Well, whatever. Yeah, I guess it's a concentration thing. All right. Well, then I stand there going, nah.
See, even your ball of fire has given it up and has
Yeah.
left. Okay, so you hands up. Odessa, you said you had already put your hands up. Father Cedric.
Yeah, my hands are up.
Okay. In which case, when it comes to them, this one that's standing right beside of you, Odessa, gives you a smile and gives you a nod and says, "Look, we've no reason to leave you all here for dead, and I've no mind to loot any of you. You look like you're down on your luck anyway. We just want the mage, what he carries." Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so his guys go over and check out
But now we don't get paid.
the mage
All
that
right,
hired
right,
you.
right.
Kind of just goes over his pockets, pulls out the map and looks at it. This one pops back into view again, just kind of stepping out of thin air into this back end here. It says, "So tell me, did you find the sword?"
You talking to us?
Yeah.
I just
I mean,
look.
that's the
confused,
action.
like,
We
look
haven't had
everybody
an
else,
action
like,
to
what
us.
sword?
We haven't had an action to respond yet or anything, so
Yeah, well, everybody is unless Jameis, your character is going to put up a fight. Everyone else is kind of faded off. So let's find out. What are you doing?
it was, I'm going late. I'm going after everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Given seeing that everyone else has pretty much given up, it's not stupid.
Okay, then we're out of the combat sequence, and this halfling just kind of steps out of nothing, walks across the field just nonchalantly. Father Cedric, you're actually closest to her when she pops out, and kind of directs the words at you. So you went into the caves. Did you find the sword?
I don't know the stinking sword.
Which is true. The player wouldn't remember, having not been here.
I was busy praying.
No. The other plate mailed clad figure kind of moves the horse over. Look, it's very simple. Do you have the sword or not? We don't want it. We want to know if you found it.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay. Fair enough. Found or lost, it makes no difference as long as, and kind of looks down at your paralyzed mage. This one's master doesn't acquire it. That's all that really matters. You, pointing at Arvin, throw him on the back of my horse, please.
Me?
Oh,
Me?
you're standing there.
Yeah, I am. All
And
right.
a couple of bandits come over.
I pick him up. I drop him. I pick him up. I drop him. I pick him
No,
up.
a couple of
I drop
bandits
him.
come over to help.
The most uncoordinated person you have ever met.
This one
I
doesn't seem
cannot-
too competent here, and let's give him a hand. And they kind of hoist him onto the back of the horse, and he's like bored stiff, so he's
Thinking.
well, lash him down best you can. Now, you all, she still has the broadsword or
I will
the
talk
bastard
to him.
sword out.
I will talk to our person who is planking at the moment. Hey, and I'll try whispering to him. Hey, I mean, we can't save you. I can kill you. Do you want that? Blink twice.
He can move his eyeballs, but he can't blink.
Okay.
So he just stares.
Left and right then. Do you want that? Look left and right. No? Alright, fine. Yeah.
All right, yeah. So they tie him back down best they can to the back of the horse. And again, the leader says, look, stay here for an hour, have some food. You have provisions? Lance, leave them with a backpack of provisions. Let us have an hour head start before you move, and we won't have problems. If we meet again, well, we'll let chance decide. And as he does that, he has a coin that he's rolling across his knuckles, and he kind of flips it into the air with his thumb, catches it.
Can I try and notice while it's flipping in the air if it's a double-sided coin?
You are close enough. The coin has got a deep, like, X that's been etched into the surface of one side. The other side is pristine.
Okay.
1 hour. Looks to the sun. And everybody just kind of backs off, leaving you be.
Anybody got an hourglass? Pack one.
We can just watch the position of the sun
Yeah.
for a while.
Yeah.
All right, you stare directly at the sun and tell us when it's an hour is up.
It's late afternoon. Yeah, somebody can figure it out by movement of shadow, etc.
1,000,
So they all
2,
get back on their
1,000.
horses and they slowly leave one at a time. The henchmen, the obviously less well equipped men, are the last to leave. And they leave you relatively unhurt, other than what damage you may have taken during that attack.
Out of character table talk, who has the sword?
I thought you did.
Not me.
Not me.
So I'll answer that. The mage had it, but
Yeah.
obviously didn't have it when they went over his clothing to see what he had. They found the map, but there was no sword on him.
We have a cart, right?
No, we have horses.
You got horses.
I'm gonna check our horses and like make sure they're okay while we're waiting, and I'm just gonna check the mage's horse real quick. And
Yeah, sure enough, the blade is there. He
Okay.
had kind of lashed it to his saddle. It's not all that obvious, as he's got a few, like he's got his tent poles and a few other things around it. It's still there.
Alright, so I'm gonna pretend like that's my horse and then hook up my actual horse to that one, because we're gonna have to take one along with us now because we're down a person. And then I
Mhm.
just lead, quote unquote, my horse off to like a tree side shade or whatever, because we just stopped. We didn't like actually position them anywhere. So I'm just gonna position the horses off in like the shade somewhere and get us set up to have a break for an hour. Give them some water and tend to them, and just nice and quiet, just very stoic, like.
Yeah. Time passes. They have moved off. No one was sent back, so an hour passes.
Hey, I was gonna put a healing spell on Odessa there because he seems pretty messed up.
Yeah, I'm
Odessa got
bleeding.
wrecked.
I have 5 HP left.
Yeah, let me cast.
I dream of having 5 HP left.
I can
They
get one.
were-
I can get one for you too.
They were well trained. They easily got through my defenses.
Well,
So that seems
I don't
about
feel so
interesting.
bad now that I got stabbed as well, because I mean, if they can get through your defenses, then
Okay, so I gave you 8 back, Odessa.
Is that plus anything or?
No,
Okay. Okay.
and then let me do
Wait.
Arvin as well.
No, that's not the right number. that I think, right?
No, you should have 5 left.
I should? Okay.
Yeah.
I can't math. This is weird too how the HP is set up. So I'm like I get confused.
Okay, you
Now,
only
if he
got
has
2.
you
I'm sorry, but
targeted-
you have 6 now.
Yeah, if he targets you, that will automatically heal your character.
Oh, you gave me 2 more? Okay, so
No,
I'm
I
at
gave
3.
Arvin.
no, that was to me.
Oh.
No, you
Oh,
should be
sorry.
able to also left click drag and drop that onto you.
Left click drag and drop it?
Yeah, from the if you've already adjusted it, don't worry about it. But like if you just from chat, left click, hold that 2. I'm gonna put where's Arvin?
I'm already healed. Don't worry.
But I'm
it
just
did my
curious, where
heal.
do I put it on me? On like
Drag
my
it and drop it
initiative
just on in the
order?
combat tracker or to your token map.
Okay, so if I just for science. Oh wow! Okay.
Automation.
Automation.
And then if Father Cedric actually control clicks your token or in the combat tracker to target you, underneath his name it'll say targeting whoever, and then does the heal. It will automatically apply the heal to you.
I just dropped the effect on him in the combat tracker. And it
Yeah,
seemed to work.
it healed me automatically. I didn't do anything. I automatically went down 2 wounds. So
A drag and drop, or if you target, then you can just click.
there we go.
Sorry, give me just 1 second. My wife just had an urgent message.
I'm learning.
So that went spectacularly. Where do we go now?
I mean,
Okay.
nowhere. Somewhere. Well, we don't know where we're going from here.
Well, you all saw the map. I mean, like, again, you know that if you stay hugging the mountainside, you'll eventually see the sea, and then you know from there where to go.
Yeah,
Do
we'll
we
see
care?
the sea, see?
That's a good question. Well, the master might be able to pay us.
I mean, yeah, for the sword that
Or
we
we
have.
could just sell the blade. I mean, that probably reaches a bit of. It's a pretty nice thing.
Which direction did the bandits head off in? Did they go north or south?
They went north. Yeah.
So we need to go north as well. So
Yeah.
So on this map, do I have to share it or do you guys see it?
We can open it, but we won't. So what's magic?
Yeah, the one that says "to the Orcish city."
You can also, if you have a map open,
Mhm.
2 ways. One, you can right click and then view, or right click and then share. Or if you take in the upper left corner the little shield, the brown shield icon, you can drag and drop it into chat window, and then we can open it up.
Gotcha.
Either works.
Yeah, it
same
looks like
thing.
it's
if we're on
maximized
a
to use
map
all those
and
menus and choices, which is
if we're on a
Yeah.
map from a previous session, also if you double click on your character sheet, the token in the upper right of your main tab will take you to that map.
cool. So on this map, you guys were just rounding the Griff Mountains. You got just rounding the corner here.
Yeah, we can't see your cursor on it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of-
Oh man, I wish there was an easier way to do.
What are you trying
just
to
do?
do?
A pointer, I guess.
You should have an option to draw
Right
on the map
there.
also.
There we go. I put a
And then you can
5-foot token.
Oh, all right.
You guys have
Yeah.
just rounded the mountain here. And you know, if you just hug the mountainsides, you're going to eventually see White Fang Bay. And then it's just a matter of going up the coast to Karsten's.
I'm not sure on GM side. I know player side, if you right click on the map at 6 o'clock is drawing, and then you can go into drawing mode and like squiggle all over the map.
Nice.
And then which one is it? I'm trying to remember which one. Yeah, if you right click again, you can clear or go to an eraser tool.
So are we trying to get to Carrot Home, or are we just going to Vikestad?
Oh no, the players have the power to draw on the map. Oh,
You can turn that off as well. Tuesday, Friday group has a couple of people that like to think they're budding artists.
Are there lots of penises drawn on your maps?
Oh no, they draw all kinds of shit. They're not vulgar, but they draw all kinds of shit.
Fair. It's fair. Okay, again, it's midday. You've let them go for an hour. Odie has found out that the sword that was found in, well, what must have been an old site of worship, still strapped to the mage's horse.
Yep.
They didn't spend any time like searching you, other than just asking if you had found it. That's really all they did.
So, after like 2 hours pass, I finally say something. Like the first initial hour, and then I wait another hour. But I'll if they didn't notice yet, I'd point out. So, what do we do with the sword? I don't think we should go north because they went north. Could we go to? I've looked at this map, right? We have a map.
Yes, you have all seen the map.
Could we go to Vikstad? I don't know anything about that place. Can anyone enlighten me?
Haven't really been up this area before.
Yeah, it's not my area. Can I look at the sword and see if I can appraise it, see if it's worth anything?
I think we did that the last episode. I mean, like it's a nice piece, but it's very old and heavy, so it's likely made of unrefined iron. So it's not a steel blade; like it's a heavy iron blade.
Unless this has
The
some
barbarian
special
people.
properties.
So it's worth money.
Yep.
I mean, people hired us supposedly to go and find one of these swords. So
I forget if anybody tried to detect magic on it.
No, I did the Legion lore on it, and I got
Yeah,
that.
so yeah, you know
But
that
I
it is a named blade, likely highly likely to be magical.
But I don't know if we did magic because it's not straightforward in the system.
Yep. As a recap, I believe you found out that it is it's called Dream Singer. That it gives visions to its owner in their sleep.
Dream singer.
I was just trying to work that out.
Visions to me in my sleep. Sorry.
Don't give up your day job.
I wish I could. Follow me on Twitch.
Okay, you are likely expecting the half person to be snooping around, but after 2 full hours, you don't really notice if they're snooping around. They're well hidden. Yeah, you're now discussing properties of the blade and what to do with it now.
I think we should go stay in Vikstad, if it's hopefully a safe place, and then the next day maybe we go to Karistan's, because like we were gonna go there anyways, but I'm thinking they're gonna go there and kill him or something, and they're tough, and I don't want to try and save anybody from them. But I think we should at least maybe check it out tomorrow, or I don't know. How long will it take us to get to Vikstad?
Do we want to hide the sword somewhere else just so we know where it is, but they don't? Or do we want to keep it on us?
I mean, it's wrapped up, isn't it? It's probably like swaddled in a cloth.
Yep,
so
it's
no
all
big
wrapped
deal.
up.
Yeah, the part that's noticeable about it is the blade itself rather than the handle, right? Wasn't like the handle was really boring and the
Well, the whole
bleeds.
blade has been wrapped in a cloth, and the way it's been shoved into the mage's saddle there, I mean, it just looks like part of his bedroll in tent posts.
Looks fine to me.
So you're saying free tint?
Also, remember that the tax collectors left you a backpack behind.
Did they?
They threw us some rations. I mean, maybe
There's
it's
an
not
assassin
rations.
in it. Don't open it.
I'll have a look. I don't care. I'm gonna have a look.
It's packed
Right,
with
have
some hard cheeses, fresh fruit, fresh bread, meat. Like it's not just trail rations. They left you with a veritable feast. At the very bottom of the bag, there's actually an unbroken bottle of wine.
Ooh. So what's his name? The mage. We don't. If you can't remember the name, or
Yeah, well, may we never see him again.
Malin is the mage.
don't start making things up. We're not paying attention.
Yep. And his master, Karastan.
Yeah, we see Creston's home on the map. Yeah, I think we go the other way to Vikestad for now.
And maybe we can just take a boat instead of traveling and dealing with. Well, I don't know. The bandits double as pirates. Is the White Fang Bay their turf too, or is that dotted line where the Bandit Kingdom ends?
You don't know. This is not your normal stomping grounds.
Okay.
You really don't know.
All right.
So that dotted line is a proposed route. So the hell is their civic planning?
I mean, I don't think we're going to be able to get to Vikstad in a day anyway.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Let's go to Vikstad, and that's at least something.
Head in that general direction. Sure.
Yeah.
So, plans?
Head to Vikstad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go to Vikstad.
Works for me. Tired of being out in the wilderness.
I'm assuming we just go to the tip of that mountain range and then head due east. That's what it looks like on the map.
Yep. Each one of those hexes are 15 miles, so it's it's gonna take some time. Take some time to get going in that direction. So, you guys have a quick meal. Do you eat the stuff that was left behind by the bandits, or your own food?
I'll eat their food. Looks good.
I wait to see if they're paralyzed or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Other than a bit of indigestion, since Odie is lactose intolerant and is eating cheese. Everything
It's good
seems
cheese.
to be
I can't help it.
Yep. How about the wine? You break out the wine.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
I
that
gotta
I'll
have
drink.
wine with my cheese.
We've been on standard rations for the past several days.
Is the
so
bottle
technically that's good.
sealed?
Bottle is sealed.
Okay.
Well, it was.
Or was, right. So those of you that have the palate for it, the fine, and they are fine cheeses, and the fresh meats and fruit, and the wine in particular, very odd rations for a group of bandits to have. This is a feast worthy of a very well-to-do merchant. Might be illicit gains. They may have robbed someone before you. Who knows? But very odd. The wine in particular is very good.
I'm not going to question it. They work for the Bandit King. That's royalty, basically. Like bad loyalty, but still royalty. So I'm assuming he's got the money. Sure, he stole it, but
All right.
Is any royalty really good?
yeah,
You
exactly.
have a great meal. You pack up and you start going, continuing along, following the mountain edge. After several hours, you notice that there's a group on foot coming in your direction. Seems to be, one of the barbarian tribes that inhabit this area. There are 4 different tribes. You were working for one particular tribe called the Frost Barbarians or the Fruit Sea or Fruitsil. They were the ones that had you deliver the magic box to the town that you came from. None of you too familiar with the tribes in this area to know if it's the same tribe or a different tribe, though. Unless any of you happen to be a barbarian, which I don't believe any of you are.
Nope.
Dog, go.
Did I say peasant hero? I meant peasant
Barbarian hero. Yeah.
I'll hail them just to show that, like,
Yep.
whatever.
They have long since noticed you're coming, but you hail them, so they, a couple of them break off, come in your direction. The rest of them kind of stand back. It's more of a. We lost Richard. It's more of a showing of non-aggression, right, than anything else. Instead of coming at you as a full party, 3 of them break off. They give a standard greeting. As they do, let's have all of you make an intelligence check, please.
Oh, no, that's not how to grab it. There we go.
Success by 2.
Success by a lot.
Okay. Those of you succeed. The cadence of speech and the dialect is, these are Fruitsil or Frost Barbarians. These are the ones that you, same tribe that you just dealt with and completed the mission for.
I can't tell.
They don't seem to recognize you, but you recognize their tribe. So they come forward, they greet you, and trade are common. Any troubles ahead? We're heading for the city, not far from here.
Vikstad?
No, they're heading towards where you came from.
Oh, we didn't see much on the road other than some people that went north. Said they worked for the Bandit King. Otherwise, no, it's been clear. We stuck to the mountainside and made sure not to set fires too often, and we were fine.
Bandits, you say? Spits on the ground.
Yeah.
They were pulling the
Rough me up a
rear
good
and
bit.
the work of the barons while we scan.
Right. Well, we have business in the city beyond. How did you find the city? Are they? He seems to be kind of lost for words here. Is the city welcoming?
I kind of make a face. I'm like, it's a city.
Rook Roost, the home of the birds, the home of the ravens.
Baltimore?
That's where you came from, was Rook Roost.
Yeah, no, it seemed all right. The inn was going to, as I mentioned, the inn that we were at.
There is a drinking place, the Drunken Dragon. Do you know it?
Was that the place we were at?
Yeah, had a tussle in the alleyway outside there. I'd be careful. Stay in groups.
Good. Well, pass in peace. Holds his hand up.
When he legend lord that sword, who'd the sword belong to? Which tribe?
Yeah, that you don't know. It's too old for it to have been like it was back during the days when it was all one tribe.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. Okay. All right.
Unite them and be their leader.
Maybe my other character will.
Which other characters have dealt in that fight?
Yeah, Patty. He's a ice barbarian. Ice, not frost.
All right. If you let them go, they pass by. You notice that one of them is cradling something under one of his arms. We'll say Odie gets a good look at it. You have an invader, Oak.
It's a child.
It's a small wooden chest, much like the ones that you guys just dropped off at Rook Roost.
I've been replaced.
You have been.
Was it the chest?
So unless you question anything, they just kind of walk by. They're on their guard, but they don't present any violence to you if you just let them pass.
Yeah, I don't say anything. I just let them go. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, they have the same thing as the guys that hired us, because I didn't realize they were the same people. So I'm just like, oh, what a coincidence. So I just keep it to myself.
All right, so you just continue on. So you're coming towards the end of the day. You traveled fairly far. You haven't had run into any more of the bandits. You haven't ran into any more of the barbarians. You're starting to see a lot of densely wooded trees off to your left side. So like you guys are going in the alley between the tree line and the mountains here, but the trees are actually a bit closer than are presented on the map. You figure that you've got a good solid another day and a half worth of travel before you can get to Vikeston, if that's where you're going to head, or at least to Whitefang Bay. Yeah, so you guys are about right there.
Well,
So how many hexes can we travel in a day?
You have horses, so those 3 hexes. Unless you're really pushing them.
So it'll take us like 3 days-ish to get there if we go to normal pace, it seems.
Yeah, 2 to 3. No trouble.
We have enough provisions to make us last. So...
You hope so, since none of you are experienced outdoors people.
A city boy.
You're all city people.
I know how to grow food and animals, but not hunting.
You know how to grow animals?
I know, yeah. You
Nice.
plant them in the ground and you get an animal tree.
You chop up the animal and you put the
Yeah.
pieces in the ground, and eventually a new animal will be born from each piece.
I like it.
sounds about right to me.
Listen, I have animal lore and agriculture and animal handling as a skill. I know what I'm talking about.
I trust his judgment. Yeah.
The real reason why the peasant hero was driven away from his hometown is like, he keeps killing our chickens and sticking them in the ground.
I made a pet cemetery without realizing it.
We keep telling him there's no such thing as a chicken tree.
Well, not with that attitude, there isn't.
Exactly. What do you want me to do with these chickens? Collect their eggs? It's not like eggs are gonna go crazy in price anytime soon. They're
know.
everywhere.
Do you know where those
The
eggs
eggs
come
are-
from? These eggs come
Yeah.
from their asses. Do you know that?
Cloaca.
Set up camp or push through the night.
Yeah, we go.
Set up again.
Sorry, didn't catch that.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Push through the night, or are you going to set up camp?
Mm. Mm. It's
Should we
3
camp?
days. I don't think we should. We should camp.
Yeah.
Maybe we could push it the last 2 days, but
Wow, dog, come on.
I don't know. What do you guys think? Should we push it? Push it
Hmm.
real good?
I'm not sure.
Ooh, baby, baby.
And there's a fair amount of moonlight. I mean, you could push it.
We risk
Yeah, you
hobbling a
risk
horse.
a horse turning, going lame, all kinds
Yeah,
of
we
other
have an
things.
extra one.
Man,
No,
that horse is lame.
Let's not push. Let's just rest. I'm tired.
All right, sounds good. What kind of watches are you going to set, if anything?
Ba-
Because
bad
it's so
ones.
safe out here.
I'll do the middle watch because I don't need to worry about spells. So
Yeah, I'm good at
I'll do
whatever
first.
spot if. But I'll go middle. If we're going to split in twos, I'll split with Odessa.
All right. First watch, set up the camp. It's so you got the fading light, nothing really interesting going on. The temperatures are very mild, so you head to sleep. Who's on second watch?
hi.
We're doing three. That's going to be Odie and me.
Okay, second watch, Odie and
Grimly.
Grimly. Both of you are on second watch. Grimly, you can see a bit better in the dark, but there's a decent amount of moonlight. It's not really necessary. You can see pretty well. Do you guys light a fire or no fire?
No fire. It's been nice enough, you've said before,
As long as
right?
the weather's good.
Yeah, the weather's fine. Gets a little cold at night, but not bad. Not bad at all. It passes just fine. Odie, when you lay down to sleep, you were the last one to handle the sword. So let's take care of that real quick. You start having a very
Yay.
vivid dream
Okay.
where you are you, but
Yeah.
the sword is in your sword hand.
Oh,
It
no.
glows faintly. It's very heavy in your hand, a very unwieldy sword, not something you're very used to.
Yeah, no.
It seems to be poorly balanced. In your dream, you're looking at a moonlit night with the moon full in the sky. It's not a full moon tonight in reality, though. You see a single swan flying high over a very deep green pine forest. The swan glides down on the air currents, wheeling around to descend to a glittering pale blue bay. You sense that the swan has a purpose and knowledge, but just what she knows and exactly where she is heading, you're not able to determine. So it's a very, very vivid dream where you just see the swan coming down into a bunch of pine trees and alighting in this pool of water. You are brought very suddenly awake after this vision. Your hand is grasped in a fist as if you were holding something tightly. But otherwise, everything else is fine. And you wake as the last shift is over. So you're awoken as the third shift comes and wakes everyone. Smell of, probably got some food going there. You were the only one that had the dream.
I had the strangest dream last night, guys. I dreamt I was using a sword, but I knew it was ridiculous because I don't use a stupid sword.
You
I
don't use
a
swords? What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
but there was a swan, and it landed in a lake or a bay or something. It was cool. There was a forest, and yeah. I guess it
Where
really
is
wasn't
the
that cool of
Swan
a
Lake?
dream now that I look back and think about it.
Mm-hmm. Thinking about it, you look over to some of the trees that are packing the left-hand side, and there's just a few sparse growth coming out this far. It gets much denser the further you go west, but they are pine trees, just like you saw in your vision.
And looking over in the morning sunlight, is that bay glittering?
You're still too far away to see the water, so you don't know if it was the bay or if it was just a pool of water that happened to be in the forest. The dream wasn't very sure on that point.
Yeah, weird dream. I think nothing of it. Oh, by the way, guys, those barbarians that we met yesterday, they had a box like the one we gave to the other barbarians. Do you think they're the same barbarians?
That's odd. They wouldn't. Why would they have a box? We already delivered it. They don't need for them.
Well, they had one
We
too.
already did a box for them. They don't need another box.
I don't know. I mean, do we know what was in the box?
Gold. When your missing mage was able to bring the box to normal side, it was filled with gold. It was the payment for weapons that you were supposed to acquire.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it was a backup plan in case we didn't make it. Or maybe it was just another payment they had to do. They haven't hired us for it, so.
Yeah, it's weird that if that also has gold, that's a lot of money. The barbarians are moving. Yeah, it can't be anything too crazy or important. I'm sure it's fine.
Okay, so you pack up and you head out. Another day's journey. You figure you've got a full day and then another half day before you get to where you need to go. So nobody has navigation. Nobody has any kind of wilderness skill rolls. So everybody make me a wisdom check as you go along.
Oh, that's not going to work well.
Sure it is.
Right?
I have no idea what's going on.
Failure. Okay, Bill, did you roll?
Yeah, I'm rolling now. I'll figure out how my character sheet works. Here we go.
Success.
Yeah.
Father Cedric, on horseback, you see something ahead of you, very close to the mountainside. You're not quite sure. You kind of stand on your saddles a little bit, taking a much harder look, trying to get the sun out of your eyes. And you're able to determine a little bit more. It is a group of gnolls out hunting and raiding. They are forcing game out of the mountain foothills and forcing them into the forest to the side, where you kind of see that they've got some netting and they've got some people or other gnolls laying in wait to catch the game as it's being flushed into the woods. You're kind of heading right into their path of hunting.
Can we tell like how many there are?
Let's see. What did you roll? Versus an 18 target. A dozen, at least that you can see that are routing the animal. You can't tell how many are in the forest line.
Good. Hey guys, there's some gnolls up ahead.
Gnolls? Where?
See, right there.
Oh.
If he points it out, you can kind of see that there's something ahead. You certainly see the game. You see like deer, rabbit, other things kind of being flushed from the mountain hills and being kind of herded off to the west into the forest line.
Evidently, no one's told them about planting animals, so.
Do we want to take a quick rest break and let them finish? I mean, they're not the smartest things. They've probably been planning this for months. I don't want to interrupt and have to fight them.
We need to be careful. I think they've got a pretty keen smell. Are we downwind or upwind?
I don't know. I'm not trained in survival. I just know how to grow corn. And
well, I just know if there's a wind blowing from behind us or into our face.
That is a good question. But not being woodsman, you're not exactly sure. It's kind of going to the side, so you don't know if your smell's being directed their way or not.
I think we're fine.
Well, if you wait, the raiding party seems to be beating a path heading towards you as they're kind of just flushing all kinds of animals from the base of the hills here. You can see on the other side they're netting, trapping, and spearing. They seem to be getting quite a bit of game this way. You don't know how much closer they're going to come. They're a good mile off at this point. This is all very flat terrain where you can see for a good distance. Still going to stay where you are?
Based on what they're doing, is there any way we can like hide from them?
If you enter either the forest or the mountains, yes, but otherwise you're in the middle of a very just flat plain with not much in the way of anything that you can take cover or shelter with.
What do you guys think? Do you want to hide? Do you want to?
I'd rather do that than fight a group of gnolls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see about a dozen. That doesn't mean that there's only a dozen. So.
If they're raiding, it's going to be a war party, probably.
Yeah.
So what's the choice?
No, I say we go up into the mountains.
Yeah, let's just
I'm good with mountains myself.
veer off directly east into the mountains.
How in character that the dwarf wants to head towards the mountains. Okay, you guys find just a pass into the mountains. You take yourself up. You find a game trail. You go up a little bit, far enough that you are well out of view. You hang around. The gnoll party does eventually pass below you. Let me make a roll here. Give it a percentage chance. Okay, they don't. A few of them do stop and scent the air, but it doesn't look like the wind is really carrying your scent down there. They're just picking up where you had stayed for just a bit, deciding. So they track around a little bit, but eventually they just give up and they continue on. They're laden with many deer, strings of rabbit they've caught. They've got some wooden cages that they've even caught some like birds in. It looks like they're ramped up to feed quite a number of folks. But they pass on. You do lose quite a bit of time though as you're in the mountains here. You had traveled a half day before this happened. You give them some time to pass. By the time you get back into trail, it's getting towards dark again.
Well, it'll put us in Bigstead at the end of tomorrow night's travel, wouldn't it?
You lost some time. You figure you're a solid day's travel now.
Okay.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be too bad.
Camp out again or push through?
Probably should camp. There's
Yeah,
no
I'm
telling
sure
what they've stirred up.
Yeah, they're busy. They got so many things that they're going to be busy. I don't think they're going to come back out at night.
Yeah, but what have they stirred up that may be out and about now?
Okay. Camp out. You guys going to
No
keep the
idea.
same watch?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So who was on third watch?
Who was on first?
I don't know. Third base.
I was on middle.
Yeah, Odie was on middle, as was Grimly.
Yes.
So maybe Richard's character was on first, leaving Cedric and Bard on last.
Sure.
Okay, in which case, you guys are coming towards the end of your shift. The light is like pre-dawn light. It's still mostly dark, but the light's just starting to come up over the horizon. As you all notice, Odie, do you sleep in your armor?
Usually, yeah.
Okay, what kind of armor do you have?
Chainmail.
Yeah, that's fine. Odie gets up, stumbles around a bit, goes to a horse and draws out the blade. Then he starts just walking from the campsite towards the tree lines.
Oh, shit.
Does he appear to be in a trance or?
It's hard to tell. Well, Grimly, you're still asleep. They haven't woken you up.
Oh, it's not on my watch. I thought it was.
Oh, it's first watch. Okay.
No, this is happening at the end of third watch, right before you're about to get everybody up. Yeah, Odie just kind of gets up,
me and
starts walking with the sword held out in front of him.
Hey, Odie, where you going?
Yeah, you don't hear that. Do you want to try and shake him, wake him up? It looks like he's sleepwalking.
Do we know the myth about if you wake someone up when they're sleepwalking, their legs fall off? Yeah, I'll try and shake him. What the hell? Worst you're going to do is attack and kill me? Yeah.
Odie, you are in the grips of a very disturbing nightmare where you're surrounded by foes. Odie lets out a shriek of terror, starts swinging the sword around wildly, and runs for the tree line.
Oh my god.
No, come back.
No.
One more party member down.
don't.
Next.
Oh no. Anyway,
What's Cedric doing? Apart from being muted?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. Say that again.
Cedric doing? From
What's
being
Bill
muted?
doing? He's muted. I think he's frozen. No, he blinked.
Oh, I'm sorry, you guys haven't heard anything I've said. Nuts. I don't know. Shit.
Okay, I'm going to try and...
Odie's taken off.
Yeah, he's screaming and running towards the tree line, waving that sword around like he's surrounded by enemies.
Okay, what
I'm
if
fighting my demons.
Can I use my soothing word power on him?
Hey, actually, that's not a bad idea. Try it. Sure.
I was going to try counter song.
Oh, it's such a soothing word.
I can momentarily calm down a number of characters or monsters equal to 2 times the priest's experience level and hit dice.
Okay.
So I could momentarily calm him down.
Okay. Does he get a save?
Doesn't say that he gets a save. But,
okay.
Maybe
you cast a spell. Odie, you're still asleep. The dream becomes less oppressive. You're not being attacked from all quarters. It's still very dark. You're trudging through trees, dense trees. The sun is just starting to come up over the horizon. And you have an image of there is a swan in a cage in the middle of the forest near a lake. You see that there are 3 giants, some shambling, you think zombies, undead of some sort, and 3 sister hags that are starting a cook pot, and they're all looking over at this cage where this swan is caged in. And just as the sun starts to come up over the horizon and touches Odie with the light of the new day, the swan turns to you, Odie, in your dream. And what was once a swan is now a young lady that's holding on to the bars of the cage, dressed in leathers, well-worn bits of berries and ferns hanging off of the clothing, and he looks right at you in the dream, and then you wake up as the sun just kind of hits your skin, covers your head, in this warmth of this new day. It just brings you right out of the dream.
Guys, where am I?
Yeah.
I just realized I'm like outside the woods.
Mm-hmm. And probably running up behind you is Cedric and Bard as they were trying to help.
Oh, hey guys. I had the weirdest dream. I was being attacked by demons, and then I heard this word. I think it was so calming. It was anti-disestablishmentarianism. It just felt so good.
Just rolls off the tongue.
All of a sudden I saw this swan, like from my dream before, but this swan was in a cage, and there were like hags and giants and zombies, and they were cooking. I think they were gonna cook the swan, but then the swan turned into a woman, like a swan princess. I don't know.
You know, it's not cool to be holding out on the rest of us.
No,
If you're
I
gonna be
swear
smoking,
it
you can
was a
share.
dream. It was a dream. I didn't get into the mushrooms this time. Okay, I know the good ones and the bad ones. Okay, trust me. I raised cows back home, but I I feel like weren't there birds in cages that those gnolls had? I feel like someone's in danger.
Someone's always in danger.
Oh, I guess you're right.
Hmm.
Well, we should go to Vikstad.
All right. You push hard through the day. And just as night is approaching, you reach the outer gates of Vikstad just before they're closing the gates for the night. It's a fairly large city built right on the coast of Whitefang Bay. They do a lot of trade. It's a walled city. It has seems to have a great deal of protection. Just as you're coming in, nobody gives you a hard time. But you know they do delay closing the main doors until you are through, before everything is shut in for the night.
I want to let the guards know that we passed a huge hunting party of gnolls that got like enough game to like feed an army. It seemed like.
Yes, the gnolls. A small problem here recently, but they're a little bit of force and it scares them off pretty good. They're not organized enough to create an army, but yes, there are several packs out there. We're well informed. They don't like the stench of our city. I think we're well protected, but thank you. Thank you for the information. Can I help you in any way? New to Vikestad?
Yes, I believe we're all new to this area.
Well, he takes a good look at how shabbily everyone is dressed, mostly because you've just been out for several days and not really knowing how to set tents or sleep on bedrolls. If you are low on coin, the Lonely Mare is a wonderful place to stay. For about a few copper, you can sleep on inside next to a warm fire. She doesn't mind. You'll be sharing that floor with others like yourself. For a few silver, you could have a room. For a gold, a much nicer room. But tell Marianne I sent you. If you're looking for something more proper, the Gilded Dog.
Right. Well, we can go see this Marianne, I feel. I don't think we're very rich right now, are we?
No.
You have some gold, but not a lot. No.
Yeah.
Considering the job we were supposed to be doing, we didn't get paid.
We have
Do you know
some,
anything
but,
about
not some.
Do you know anything about swans that turn into people?
Swans that turn. Oh, I already had some of the brew already. I see.
No,
Well,
no.
If the
I
guy
mean,
looks
like,
passive at me, I'm gonna be like,
yeah.
making.
We can't take this guy anywhere. He tokes up every second. I know he looks like you're making fun of something, so you know he gets a bit more professional. It's like, yes, we'll carry on. You've nothing else. We are closing down the city for the night. Just a precautionary. We do have raiders that come off the bay now and then.
the Bay? Not from the Bandit Kingdoms?
Well, he pauses. It's like, well, we are in the Bandit Kingdoms, of course. That's why we have a walled city here. But no, we're important to trade. Often we're left alone, so even smugglers need a place to sell their wares.
All right. Where would one go if we had to sell wares? like that?
Well, the merchant stalls open
Hypothetically.
at dawn. You can't miss it. The market square is well. You'll hear the noise and smell the produce. A lot of fish stalls, a lot of seafood baking in the sun. Can't stand the smell myself, but it's unmistakable. Going towards the high quarters, if you have trade in gems, gold, silver, better place there. He looks a little skeptical at that as he's looking how you're all dressed. You've been out for days. Again, none of you have experience of being well kept in the outdoors. If you're selling, well, they drive a hard bargain, but it's the best place to go. You're not merchants, obviously. You're not carrying cargo, nor do you have a wagon. Were you raided on the way here?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, sorry to hear that.
It's okay. We managed to get out with ourselves and our personals and a couple good things that we're looking to sell to make up the losses, so.
Yes, well, I have night duty, so if you will pardon, I must to the towers. And he kind of points up. So like there's 8 sets of towers that kind of go around in evenly spaced areas. You can see already there are men at arms up there. They've got crossbows. They have torches lit so they can there's a bit of light cast out. They do take this very seriously. You also notice that towards the bay, they have siege weaponry on top of those watchtowers pointed towards the bay.
Like catapults or ballista?
Ballista and catapults both.
Yeah. That's the ticket.
But the inside, it's streets are not well maintained, at least from this particular entryway that you've chosen. You see that there's kind of a hill built up in the middle, and the houses look better up on the hill. There's a small chapel that you see very close to the inner gatehouse here, and of course the Lonely Mare is very easy to see. It's just right off to the left as you enter. And it's tiered. So like the higher you climb in elevation, the better the streets get, the better the houses get. And at the pinnacle, the very hill, the highest point within inside the walled compound, it's not a castle. It's more like a large mansion. It just kind of sprawls across the very top of the hill, is contained within this wall. The walls go up a good 20 feet into the air, and then the towers even further than that. Yes, all the sewage runs down slope. Absolutely. And yes, Gnomish Invader in the chat got my joke. The gilded dog or golden retriever. Yes. All right, where to? You guys are standing middle of a street. Yeah, you're kind of like, I don't know, toe deep in muck on the not so well kept roads right here from this entrance. You can see that there is the harbor is outside of the walls of the fortress, but they have a number of gates that are now closed that would go off into the harbor. Harbor is well lit, and you do notice that there are a number of like what do you call them? Like huts on stilts that kind of protrude out into the bay. There is a harbor system. Looks like there's a number of there's a shanty town out there, like kind of lean-tos, and it's got its own little small city, just kind of stretching out across that crescent. But the doors are closed now, so they're on their own. You're in here, safe.
Well, I think we could drop a couple silver and talk to that Miriam lady. Be like, hey, the night duty guard told us to tell you that something.
So you go into you go to the mayor's, and it's body, there are a lot of travelers such as yourself. You see a few merchants have set up playing games on tables. There's 3 roaring fireplaces producing quite a bit of heat. Takes out a little bit of the chill from the night air. There's a minstrel just tuning an instrument, not really playing yet. You arrived here just at dark, so may start playing soon.
I am suspiciously.
Bard, do you know him?
It's going to be a bard off.
Do you know him from the college?
No, I don't recognize him.
It's more of a correspondence school than a college.
You could, trade stories or something. I'm sure you don't see bards too often. I mean, I haven't seen one other than you since we've been traveling together.
There seems to be only one person working behind the bars. Must be Mary Ann. She is a very large, matronly dwarf. Just a soiled blouse, just very harried by everyone yelling for beer. She seems to be the only one working. She's like just hurling pitchers of beer down the tables, just slamming them on tables. People are harassing her, but she's giving back just as good as she gets. It's a rowdy crowd, but it seems like she knows most of the people here. And this is when you step in. The minstrel that is standing near one of the fires is restringing a harp, tuning up. Everybody just pauses for a moment to look at the new people coming in. Everything just returns to normal after a quick glance. And there is a heavy smell of fish in the air. Cooking fish, boiled, fried.
The carnal pleasure tent next door.
Couple fishes.
Tuna.
That's another establishment called the Red Snapper.
I mean, the small town here, folk hero in me wants to ask her if she wants a hand serving.
Okay. What's your charisma? Like, don't roll it. What is it?
11.
11. Oh, you want to help me, do you? And then to get to your height, she stands up on a chair so that she's more eye to eye to you. Do you hear that, lads? He wants to help me. Everybody starts cheering. Well, now, what will it be that you want in recompense? And then just before you could say anything, she's taken off like an apron and she's slapping it on you. And she puts like 4 mugs of beer in each of your hands.
I was going to offer to carry kegs for you, but sure.
There's a lot of thirsty drinkers out there. Go, wet their whistle. The people start pounding on the table.
Go.
Good-naturedly saying, come on. Let's get the new help into things. And people just start banging on the tables for their beer.
I play the Diner Dash minigame.
She takes her foot, kind of puts it on your back end, and kind of kicks you over to the nearest table as your hands are filled with these steins of beer. Everybody's fairly good-natured about it, but they're making just an incredible ruckus as they're slamming empty containers on their table. And then she turns to the rest of you. So what would the rest of you be wanting?
Just take the ale.
Place to sleep for the night.
Well, we've got the commons. A few copper, brace in my hand, and you can sleep here next to the fires. Do you want something a bit more private? Do any of you have a charisma above, say, 12? A bonus, actually?
I have a 13.
Yeah.
You have a 13.
I got a 16.
Okay. So if you 2 pretty boys would be liking something a bit more private, that can be arranged.
I'm a bard. Of course I have a high charisma.
You could be an ugly bard.
Yeah.
Well, charisma is more just notable presence.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's why the ugly ones go into barding. It automatically raises your charisma.
Mhm. I heard it's a +2 upon graduation.
Father Cedric, what are you doing?
I'm gonna see if she has some ale.
Slaps
sure.
down 2 greasy, foamy mugs of ale in front of Grimley and Cedric. Bard, the other performer, has started to play just kind of softly, and then kind of cocks the leg up onto a chair and says, "Well, if all of you destitutes have a copper to spare, I've got a song or two." And then when he says song, everyone's like, "Oh, boo!" Starts slamming their mugs down. Oh, it's going to be a tough place tonight, is it? Well, and then starts just playing some of the more popular drinking songs that folks tend to enjoy in seaside towns like this. It mellows people out. Let's see how he does.
I hope you can.
Oh, he's
outdo him,
horrible.
Jameis.
His harp is out of tune. People don't seem to notice it too much, although occasionally you do see a stray bit of fruit or vegetable thrown his way. A few coppers are being thrown beneath him near where his leg is kind of cocked up on that chair.
I hide a tomato
Odie.
behind my back.
Odie, you are just swamped with people just demanding
Yep.
beer.
Yep.
It's just an endless stream of filling mugs.
Odie's
bringing it
kind
out.
of leaning into it because it's kind of reminding her of like the farmers back home who would
Yep.
get a little rowdy and playful. So she's gonna lean into it a bit and like serve it and be like, "Bet you can't chug it all."
Tell you what,
Like-
make me a charisma check.
Yeah. Please work. Ah.
Oh, nice. Okay, so succeed by 9. You get tipped a total of 9 silver through the next bit. It's all in coppers, but it'll add up to about 9 silver by the time it's over with.
How many coppers is that?
A lot of copper.
900?
90.
90? Okay. 90
There's
copper.
a stray silver here and there with a wink and a nudge and looking upstairs. But other than that, people they're a little handsy. You're used to that too, growing up in your village and being experienced in bars like this. You know how to handle people. So yeah, you are engaged for the next bit, but you're making some coin. Bard, this person playing music, we'll call it music, is horrible.
I just got into town. All right, I'll get my loot. I have a loot, not a harp.
Mm-hmm.
Not a loot. All right, so you're wanting something better than gentlemen. I assume those all gentlemen in here, no ladies present, apart from.
No, there are several ladies.
A table of bearded female dwarves turns
Yeah.
and look at you. Who you calling gentlemen?
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, lasses, they're not used to our kind.
I like your beard.
Jameis, make me a charisma check just to see how well you gather their attention.
Ooh, Billy.
Success by 1. Okay, it's still a success. So the other entertainer kind of stops, kind of can read a crowd pretty good, knows he's not doing well. He gives you a very flourished bow to take over where he was just standing as he backs off, and Odie gives him a beer. He grabs a beer, and he kind of just watches.
All right. Tell you some great tales from down south.
Okay, so a storyteller. So like this gets a lot of attention. People seem to like the stories better than the singing.
Yeah. Well, it's ballads and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Did you happen to get performance or something similar as a non-weapon proficiency?
Either I can do singing, I've got musical instrument, I've got crowd working. Take your pick, really.
Well, crowd working is
working.
what you're going to roll to see how much money you make. But otherwise, pick a form of entertainment and give me a roll.
Well, singing is higher than musical instrument, but I'm using my musical instrument, so I'll do that. Oh, that's a 20. That's not good. That's not good. I know there's
That's not good
20
at all.
Why couldn't you roll that earlier?
It wouldn't have
Okay,
helped.
yeah, you get bombarded with like vegetables and fruit. It's good natured. No one's trying to hurt you, but there's like,
Have we got-
"Ooh,
Here, give me a
We
the
got
tomato.
other
that-
guy
Give me a
was
tomato.
garbage, but you're worse.
Give me a
You're
tomato.
like when
give me a
garbage
tomato.
shits out."
I launch a
Nobody
tomato
throws
at
any
him.
sausages or something, I'm going to pocket them.
Is that a sausage in your pocket? Or are you just happy to
Yes,
see me?
it is.
Is Grimly a thief? Or the rogue
Yes.
class? Yeah.
Yeah.
So the other entertainer comes over, kind of just takes a spot at the bar near you as he's looking at your friend, and as he's bringing up the mug to his face, he throws off a bit of thieves' cant at you. Basically, just a call and response to see if you actually are.
Yeah, I'll answer in a
Flashes some
Neutral kinda
Naruto
tone.
gang signs.
So you carry on this kind of sub rosa conversation with different, expressions and simple patterns as you're just carrying on like a normal conversation on top of it. And he lets you know that he's
locksmith
been
and boxman by trade.
Yeah, he lets you know that he's been in town just a few days, but he's giving you a heads up that they don't tolerate thieving here. If you're caught, it's your hands. They will chop off your hands and eject you from the city. They do not tolerate it. To be very careful.
Thank you for the heads up.
Yep. Meanwhile, so Jameis, if you want to switch to a different form of entertainment, they're none too happy with your instrument playing. It must have gotten knocked out of tune during the combat.
Yeah, I'll
It
try
sounds
just
bad even to you.
straight singing because that's the other one I've got.
Okay.
Put the look down and Bruce will go, okay, let's not try that again. Ooh,
Oh, there we go. Oh, that's great. So you're singing, you said?
yeah.
Okay.
That's the skill. So, yeah.
You have a great voice. After being wetted down with some not great beer, you start singing, and it does really well. So make me do me the crowd working roll.
Yeah, just be a success.
No, that's actually that's just fine. That works. So 10 silver. Like people get really quiet as you start singing, and you work the crowd. You go in and like you like pick someone in particular out of the crowd, kind of draw them in, and then you kind of go through the bar as you continue to sing. So 10 silver. People are, by the time you finish, it's very quiet for a moment, and then everybody's like, they give you a hand.
I go to throw a tomato, and there's a table next to me, and they're all clapping, and one guy's like, no.
Don't ruin this moment. All right. So everybody, does pretty well. Marianne will come by after you finish, and there's actually a tear in her eye. She's like, well, "That's the best I've." Apparently, there's a dog airplane.
Everyone's a critic.
That's the most beautiful singing I've heard in quite a while. You've earned yourself a room for the night, minus my own company. I'll refrain this time, pretty one. But yes, would a meal for you and your friends?
If I am to be without your company, then yes, a meal will have to suffice.
Charmer. Right. So after a while, Odie, she rescues you. You work for maybe an hour, and she just smiles, takes the apron back, and says, "Go join your friends. You've earned food.
Oh,
the ill you can stomach."
Well, before I join my friends, there's one thing I
Small
must
nuts.
do. Do you have an arm wrestling table?
Well, there's a number of people like gambling and doing knife throwing and everything about as well. So like if you want to find an arm wrestling table, you can.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
Cedric, you've got frothy yellow beverage that might be beer. Food's been put down in front of you after your friend Bard has just done a wonderful performance. Anything you want to do?
Trying to proclaim your deity, whatever that is.
Open a confessional booth.
I think I would like to pledge my service to the god Zagig.
Oh my gosh.
And what god is that for the people at the table who are bad at D&D
He's
lore?
the god of like humor and eccentricity.
I love it.
Gygax.
Yep.
No.
Okay. Sure. You have found your god, and he is jovial.
That was my calling, yes.
Yeah. All right. So it's an interesting night. You guys can stay down with the crowd as long as you want, but Bard has won you a private room if you want to stay in. And I want to just move over to a scene. We'll assume that you guys, do whatever you do while you're down here. If you want to make some more gold, I think that's what Odie is trying to do with arm wrestling.
I don't care if I make gold. If I make gold, I make gold. But I just wanna pound something in the most non-violent way possible. So.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Just make me a luck check. Tell me high or low.
Always high, baby. Always high. Hiya!
11. Okay. There is arm wrestling and there are feats of strength that folks are doing, but it's completely for bragging rights. Like, so what's going on is the winner of the night gets a special chair. The chair is made out of like an old oak stump. It's heavy. It's ugly. It's uncomfortable. But it is a bragging rights chair.
I need that chair. I need it. You don't understand how bad I need this chair.
I'll tell you what. We'll make it short. Just make me a strength check real quick. Let's see how you do. I'm gonna roll one myself. Just
Hulk smash.
Opposition.
8 out of 16.
Yes. Okay. By the end of the night, you are on your new throne, having won bragging rights. Which people come to pay homage to you by bringing more beer and laying the beer at your feet as you enjoy your very uncomfortable chair.
I have like a broken bar stool leg that I've found from some shenanigans during the night, and I'm like knighting people as they bring me tribute. Like, yes, thank you, loyal subjects.
It is a bawdy but fun place. Other than a few merchants who probably don't deal anything of incredible value, it is a common person's drinking place. The private room is actually surprisingly well appointed. They'll bring up basically bedrolls, hay bales, whatever you'd like to make yourself comfortable. There are no beds, but it is a private room. Single window looking to the street, but the window doesn't open, so you don't have to worry about anything like that. There's a wash basin, and the place is built sturdy enough that even the few revelers that continue below, by the time you turn in, can barely be heard. But you are all woken up within a few hours of falling asleep from your drunken revelry by Odie standing in the middle of the room, having acquired the sword again somehow, swinging it around back and forth, yelling challenges out to the night, screaming in rage as it appears that he is fighting off a battalion of creatures, and he's making movements like he's being hit here and there. Yeah, exactly. So the vision that you're having is you are in the fight of your life. You are surrounded by orcs. You are standing near a pillar of black stone. You've just driven your sword through the pillar into an orc on the other side, and you're grievously wounded. You've just taken an arrow to the back, but you're fighting on.
I'm like stabbing a hay bale.
There we go.
Richard's character is sleeping on it, and I'm just like hitting like under the
Barely
shoulder, under the armpit, like right next to the crook of the neck, like every spot but him.
Right. Yeah, so you're all woken up to this as he's just screaming out in like a battle rage and pain as he's being hurt from all sides, just swinging that sword around the room, which is not all that large. So you are in some danger. But we will leave it there for the night. We will end it there.
Nice.
All right. So, Dion, what do you got going on?
Well, when I'm not playing TTRPGs with all my super cool awesome friends like you guys, you can find me at my channel at Substances Used, where I play a lot of retro JRPGs and do some GTA 5 roleplay. Tomorrow, if I wake up, we're going to start early and finish up Shadow Madness, a 1999 PS1 game. It was supposed to outdo Final Fantasy VII. It did not.
Yeah, it did not. Bill, what do you got going on with the frogs?
Well, continuing on with my Lost City of Baracus. I think we're on session like 42 or 43. They're getting deeper, so I'm also running a Dwaro Deep game on odd weeks. So if you want to get in either game, hit me up. I'll get you in.
Nice. Jameis, anything new go up on the blog?
Yeah, still posting some things, but from what even else is saying, I should really be going into the gaming side of things if I want to fit in around here.
Oak, you got a game after this one?
Yes, sir. Starting in probably 30 minutes or so, we'll get going some 5e homebrew and do the same again Friday nights midnight, and my Grimdark homebrew on Saturday nights midnight central.
Nice. Check out this man's stream. It's much prettier than mine. I spend no time on dramatic presentations, which I probably should, but I just don't. But I do spend time putting out podcasts, lots and lots of podcasts over close to 14 years worth now on Blue Magic, BLUMAGIK.com. Go there. Check out all of our podcasts. We've been gaming for quite a while. Jameis is in most of those. Yeah, all of our social links are there as well. The next thing coming up is BX Dungeons and Dragons this Friday. Saturday, Cyberpunk Red, a sitcom, very dark sitcom. And this Sunday is some Shadowrun, 2nd edition. Yeah, good stuff. So thank you for watching. Say goodbye to everybody, folks.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye,
Bye,
everybody.
everybody.